Let's start the run in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this game is a little memey. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's a lot of fun actually. It's just like a little platform runner, but you play as a little dog and you collect coins and panties, and you gotta watch out for birds and cats. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. It's like super RNG based. If you I have the world record for this game, and my world record is like 47 minutes, but I put my estimate to an hour because I pretty much have no control over what this game wants to do. So it's pretty much just rolling with the punches and seeing what you can do. Yeah, I like it a lot. It was CMDR who came and found me because apparently he really likes this game too. So yeah, it's pretty fun. But as far as like strats go, pretty much not die and then try to get to at least 10,000 points, because at 10,000 points we get these hotel bases, and these hotel bases have like a ton of points. Besides that, we just kind of collect coins, hope for the best. But yeah, it's a little crazy. I like all costumes more than 10,000 points is the other category. That's because I've spent over 65 hours playing this game, which is a little embarrassing, I guess. But I really want the record for 10,000 points. But the girl who has it right now, I was talking to her, and she said 6 hours trying to get that record, and I've spent over 60. So it's just kind of, it's just RNG, and you just gotta hope for the best. And it always goes wrong, because this game is awful. But it's a lot of fun. The sequel of it just came out too. That speedrun. It's a little different. They changed a few things, but I think I like this game more. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is heavily RNG based. Yeah. You can try to do your best, but you just have to take what the game gives you. But, yeah, it's pretty trolly too. These bananas you have to use to they like bump you up if you fall down onto them, and so that gives you height and it can keep your coin chain going. But they also have them set up so that they're like right next to holes and stuff, and the holes will kill you, and if you get stuck into like a chain of bananas, then it's just game over. At one time there were enough bananas just set up in a row that I was getting hit by bananas and I couldn't do anything because it puts you in like a stun lock, and so I was in that stun lock for like maybe 45 seconds before the game just put me in a hole and I died. I was like, that's pretty cool. I like when that happens. But yep, so right now we're trying to get 4,600 coins, and that'll be enough to buy all the costumes, which takes a while. You're on a good pace if you have if you're making about 100 coins per minute, then you're doing pretty good. Yeah, see, I'm stunned. But yeah, so it's usually pretty hard. There are a few runners, but I have a pretty heavy lead for the world record of this, which I can get. It's a lot of effort to try and play this game for that long. It's a little tough, but we try our best. But yep, so it's fun. Some of the costumes are pretty neat. We had a bid war going on, but I don't think anyone bid for it. You get 2 costumes to start out. You get regular Doge, and then you get Doge with sunglasses. I prefer regular Doge. I think he looks a little cooler that way. But some of the costumes are pretty cool. But sadly, we won't get to. Fuck. Oops. Those birds are terrible. They're the worst. But yeah, some of the costumes are pretty cool, but we won't get to see any because we won't unlock any of those till the end, just to save some time. But yeah, it's a pretty fun game, sort of. Mostly fun for casual play. Speedrunning isn't the best, but there's a pretty good base for it. I mean, we have what, 36 runners for 10,000, and then we have 7 for all costumes, which I was kind of surprised. I just kind of want to like run it as a meme, and then I looked and there was like actually a lot of people running it. It's like, oh cool, maybe I can get into this game. But I'm still trying. Still a lot of improvement to be made, even in this category. Because you really can. Well, my world record is it's 47 minutes, and that's to get the 46,000 or 4,600 coins. And so I kind of lost it a little bit at the end in my world record run. So I was over 100 coins per minute, which was not great. But I think the next closest time is like 49 minutes. So yeah, that was a death. But yep. So if you've noticed, the panties are my health bar. My health bar ticks down every time I hit a banana. And when it hits 0, then I get stunned when I hit a banana, and then I can't move for however long it tells me to. So I sometimes, even if I'm like on a roll where I'm like up on these ledges and I'm still getting bananas all the time, I'm gonna have to fall down. I'm gonna have to grab some panties to refill my health, because those birds, they'll get you, especially if you're stuck. It's actually the worst. So do our best. Rip. That's a bad start. So we always hope for usually that first little thing, there's like a 50% chance you're gonna get a box, and boxes aren't tall enough for you to get on top of the ledge. So it's a little rough every time you see a box, which is terrible, especially for 10K runs, because that's pretty much like an automatic restart, because those are only like 45 seconds long, so you really have to make sure that you get a good start, and then you just have to hope for the best, make sure you can play well. Every once in a while I'll mess up, and like I can usually dodge the chickens and birds because I'm pretty decent at the game, but every once in a while it gets a little hard, and then you die, and then you ruin a good run, which has happened a few times for sure. Oh man, it's a lot of coins I just missed. But we're doing good right now. It looks like I'm still at 100 coins per minute, which is really what I shoot for. But if I can't get up, then it sucks. I need to get up, get those coins. But yeah, so they updated the game. It used to be even harder. It was really terrible. There are 3 different kinds of birds, right? You have those crows, then you have the chickens, and then you have the little pigeons. And the little pigeons are the worst, but when you hit the little pigeons and then they come back like 10 seconds later, and then you have to try and dodge them, but they're like heat seeking, so they hone in on you, and they're like super tough to dodge. But the chickens are pretty simple as long as you time it right. But it used to be that the game would space it out so that no matter what, you had to be on the ground to avoid the chickens and jump over them. because they would always have it to where when you fall through the gaps, the chickens will hit you as you fall through the gaps to try and hit a banana or whatever. Ooh, that was close. So it was super trolly. Luckily they fixed it. The same thing with the sequel too. The sequel just came out, and playing it was almost impossible to play, just because they really made it terrible. They would have birds hit you just all the time, and there was just nothing you could do. And I died. I was stunned from the bananas. I didn't pick up enough panties. But yeah, so it's fun. The sequel has a pretty small community so far. A lot of us have come over from the base game, but that's all that's yet. I haven't seen an unfamiliar face, so trying to make it work. I don't know. I like the sequel too. That one's in HD and the graphics are a lot better. And this game only has, that's rough. This game only has 2 songs, and when you're playing it for like hours on end, it can get super grating. And so that's a little rough. But the sequel added 1 more song, so now you get 3 instead of 2, which is slightly less terrible. But they're both a lot of fun. I like them a lot, even if they're just a meme. But yeah, so I also run Dead Island, which is a lot of fun. I have the world record in that. Oh man. Also, when you're rolling like that, you're stunned too, so I couldn't avoid that bird, which is rough. But yeah, I just got the world record in Dead Island. I was pretty proud of that. But yep, since I finished that, I've kind of, I mean, I'm in college too, so I've been doing schoolwork most of the time, but whenever I have some free time, I'll boot this up for a little bit, try and see if I can get some kind of records. I don't really play All Costumes that much anymore, just because I have world record and I have quite a big lead, but it's still nice to go back to every once in a while. When CMDR told me he wanted me to run, I was like pretty excited, because it's been a hot minute since I've done All Costumes. That's unfortunate. But yeah, so we're a little over a quarter of the way there. We need 4,600, and we're doing all right on time. This is still a little slow, but and it's been a while since I've gotten, man, rough. It's been a while since I've gotten 10,000 points, so I haven't been able to get to the hotels. The hotels can be a little tricky because there are 2 different types of hotels you can get. There's one that have stairs that lead right up to it, and then there's another that have no stairs leading up to it. And so it can get a little difficult to try and get to the one without stairs. Usually it's impossible, and when that happens, then the best you can do is just wait, and they're usually pretty long, so it's like a good 17 seconds wasted, which is always a little rough. But you can still try. There's some tricky things you can do with bananas, but it's always a little tough. Alright, I'm out of health. Oh, that was almost really cool. But yep, so I'm just trying to survive. I really hate these crows. They're like my least favorite part of the game, mostly because in 10k runs they're the thing that'll ruin your run. Because if you don't have a banana at the bottom, then you can try and jump across if the gap is small enough. But the birds move in such a way that it's probably gonna kill you. Like right there, it was lucky he swooped down, but a lot of times they like swoop up or they just stay straight, and you just you have to hope for the best and see what happens, which is the majority of what you have to do for this game. And if you saw right there, there was a cat in the way, and cats don't hurt you or anything, but what they do is they just sit there, and they kind of act as like a trampoline, but it's like a trampoline that you can't dodge. You can either jump on top of them, and that'll make you go up a little bit, or you can just run into them, and that'll make you bounce even less, but it'll also make you lose a coin, which is a little weird. So it's hard to avoid them, and especially when you have when you have those birds coming at you, then it's not great. It's really hard to outmaneuver, but yeah, you just try your best. It's sometimes you can get away with jumping over birds and stuff. The pigeons are really hard to jump over, and you're pretty much always gonna lose a coin if you try to do it. So then you have to outweigh if you think that it's gonna kill you, or if you think you just want to waste a coin. Which is really hard to decide because you never really know. Generally, it's safer to be on the safe side and just jump over the birds and take the coin loss. But you never know for sure, and that can really hurt you if you're trying to do the best you can. Yeah, we're doing okay right now. I'm a little bit behind, but that's not terrible. If I keep up this good, then I should smash my estimate. I don't know, because even when I was like getting really good at the game, I was still having runs that would be like an hour and 2 minutes, and then it's like, oh, that's cool. But most of the time I'm like low 50s. My world record is 47 minutes and like 6 seconds or 8 seconds or something. Hey, that was nice. But yeah, so it can be pretty fast. Oh, birds. Once you reach 20,000 points, they double the amount of enemies on screen. So you get 2 crows, you get 2 chickens, you get 2 everything. So it's almost not worth it to keep running after you hit 20k, but they also bump up the coins a bit, so it's not that much of a noticeable effect, but it's enough to make you maybe want to stay there, but you're pretty much just gonna die anyway, so rip. Yeah, when you hit those little bounce pads, they don't protect you from the birds the way bananas do, which is rough. But yeah, so there aren't really any glitches in this game. Yikes. There are 2 things that you can do, and only one of them is useful. And that's you can pick up panties before you touch the ground, so it doesn't make you jump, because you have to jump to pick up the panties. But if you do it like if you're jumping before you hit the ground, if you're like falling or if you're like about to hit a banana or whatever, then you can just do that, and it'll save you. It'll save you from jumping, which can be really nice. Yikes. So that's pretty useful, and panties count as a coin too. They don't in the second game, but they do in this one, so that's a little nice. But yeah, so there's that, and then you can do like a super bounce with a banana if you jump on the exact same. That's gonna kill me. Yeah, rip. If you jump on the exact same frame that you hit a banana when you're on the ground, then it'll send you up pretty high. But it's not useful because it doesn't send you up high enough to get onto any of the ledges. So it's a glitch, but it doesn't really do anything. Don't hit me. Alright. So yeah, we don't really use that. There's one ledge after 6k that's low enough that you can use that for. but it's also really hard because it's like frame perfect, and I don't want to deal with that. So I pretty much only try that if I actually need to, if like I'll die otherwise. But yeah, there's almost never a scenario where I have to do that anyways. That was rough. Those bananas, they really trip you up, dude. But yeah, so this can get a little, oh no, dang, that would have been good too. This game can get a little monotonous, especially with how similar it all is, but it's still pretty fun. I think casually you could play it for like, you could probably unlock all the costumes and be alright with it. I mean, it's just like most runners. Most runners don't really change much from their gameplay throughout the game. Rough. There's like there's a little bit of a dead zone after you land, depending on where you land from. Sometimes you'll be on the ground, but the game won't register your clicks, which is kind of terrible. It doesn't happen too often, but it happens enough to be like, that sucks. So, yeah, if you see me ever mess up, it's totally because of the controls, not because I suck. Might be a little bit because I suck. But yeah, so it's alright. I thought I was gonna die there. Yeah, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell where you're gonna land, or how high your jump arc is. Sometimes they put bananas just out of your reach when you're falling off these ledges, and so it looks like you're gonna hit them, and then you just don't, because the game just put them, you know, 2 centimeters away from where you needed them to be, which is awesome. I love how trolly this game can be. But generally it doesn't do that. It used to a lot before they patched it, but this game is much more bearable since then, which makes it quite a bit more enjoyable, I think. I like when games are hard, but when they're just like annoying, then there's no point to it. But I'm glad they fixed it, because I do really enjoy this game. I like it a lot. Yikes, I shouldn't have jumped there. I thought it was going to be high enough that I wasn't going to have to worry about it. But I was wrong. Rip. So that was cool. They didn't really give me any place to get up. They gave me one, but I missed it. Gotta love it. I've had it where I've had like maybe 40 seconds of just straight boxes, and it's like there's no way to get up. It's terrible. It's so annoying, especially during the speed run, because you gotta get all these coins. But yikes. That's not what I wanted. Yep. So once you hit 6,000 points, the ledges get a little smaller, and then boxes become pretty useful. But there are three different, no, there are 4 different ledges that you can find. There's that gated one, which is the worst one, because those they always have a limited amount of coins. They'll probably be like 8 or 9 coins. Ooh, that was close. Which kind of sucks, especially in like a 10k run. If you're having a good run going, then that'll be a quick way to ruin your run. And there are those short ones that you can just hop onto, which is really nice. And then there are those medium-sized ones. I'm gonna die. Oh no, I'm not. That was really cool. Yeah, so the medium one sizes are the best, because they those are generally the longest. Like I'm gonna die. they'll usually be the longest, and you can get so many points, just like an obscene amount of points. And they're really easy to get to. You just have to find a banana or a box or anything, really. So those are the nicest to see. And then the short ones are nice too, because you don't have to find a banana or anything. You can just jump on those, which is pretty nice. You may notice there are different types of like platforms up here, these ledges. Those are all different too. They're different types. Normally I don't worry about it. I do in 10K runs, because if you don't get there are some like really long ones, and then there are some really short ones. And if you get any of the short ones, then you can just restart your run, because it's not gonna do you any good. The guy's gonna die. But yeah, so even though it looks pretty simple, but there's actually like kind of a lot that goes into it. Maybe not, ooh, nice. Maybe not all costumes, but for sure 10K runs. There's a lot you have to take into consideration, and you have to be a good player, which isn't always the easiest thing to do. Alright, I need to get some panties. No. There we go. Alright. Now we're coming up on 20K points, and that'll just that'll make the game a lot harder real quick. Hopefully. Nope, we didn't even barely made there. So we're doing okay. We're a little bit behind. But that's what you can expect. You really can't control much of anything. You can try, but you miss a ledge and you'll feel it. You'll get it. Alright. And there was a little bit of a dead zone there. I couldn't jump, which is terrible. But we're over halfway. So I'll probably finish around 200 behind. I'll probably finish around 50 minutes, I think, if I don't like screw up a lot more, which might happen, because there's only so much I can do, and the game deals me a bad hand. So we'll try our best, and hopefully it'll be alright. Rip. Yeah, those birds are the worst. They're really hard to figure out. They'll get you. But this is pretty good. Oh, bad. That was close. Yeah, so it's pretty much just all about being lucky. There is skill involved, especially in all costumes. I've talked with some of the other runners, and a lot of them, they like all costumes more, just because it's more skill dependent. But it's not that much more skill dependent, because there still is just a ton of RNG, and you just have to hope for the best. But it does make it a little more fun when you have a little more control, because in 10K it's literally just, you just gotta hope. You just gotta hope that somebody will not beat your time, and you have to just hope for that good run, because they can beat it at any time. You can beat it at any time. I think my sum of bests for 10Ks are like 37 seconds. So and the world record is like 42.8 or something. So there's a lot that can be done. But it's not really up to you, it's just whether the game wants to behave or not, which can get really annoying really fast. But yeah, if you're willing to dedicate the time, you can pretty much get the record. And if you wanted, you just have to keep waiting. But, yeah, so it makes it fun. It's just a little goofy. It's a fun meme game, just one that I've dedicated a little too much time to. But it's nice, and the community is really cool. I made some pretty good friends through it, so... and here I am at this marathon, which is pretty exciting. I like being here, it's kind of fun. But... yep, so... rough. And, in the sequel, they changed how the birds work. The pigeons, they'll... in this game, they like start out in a line and then they expand out, so it's harder to dodge. But in the sequel, they made it so that they kind of converge. They start out spread out and then they converge onto like one point. So they're a lot easier to dodge, but they also show up a lot more often in the sequel too, which is crazy because they already show up too often in this game. But yeah, they're super tricky. They're probably the least favorite thing. Like, the chickens are alright. Man, rip. I can deal with some chickens. Some chickens are fine. Maybe some crows too. The crows suck. But yeah, those pigeons, they're not fun, and they like to get you when you can't do anything about it, or if you're like you have to sacrifice a bunch of coins. Oh man, that was rough. Yeah, sometimes those crows are on like a really weird pattern. I still don't get it, but usually by the time you get to them, they're in the middle of these little gaps, but sometimes they'll just be at the far right, or they'll be super far right, and even if you hit a banana and you roll, because when you roll you have immunity, but sometimes they'll just be so far right that by the time you're done rolling, they'll get you. Your immunity is over. It's really tricky. But alright. Doing okay, we're about to hit 10k. So now hopefully we'll get a hotel. There, I did a banana super bounce. Those are the only ledges that you can get to by doing that. So that was pretty cool, actually. That was a frame perfect trick. I feel pretty proud of that. But yeah, oh, that's pretty lucky. It's going pretty good, actually. I'm gonna have to, yeah, that bird would have killed me. And those darn cats. No, chickens! Yeah, if you saw, I got stuck with those bananas. Those bananas will just put you in the stun lock and you can't do anything. But yeah, so it takes a while to get used to. It's a little hard, but there's some awesome. If you saw, I don't know why that happens. I think the way they, like, the levels are all randomly generated, but sometimes some of the objects that you can bounce on and stand on and stuff, they get like put in the game like together, like they're in the same place at the same time, and the game doesn't know what to do. So if an object is inside of a box, if they spawn in together, and you land on top of that object, then it kills you automatically. Now that's not really what happened there. I hit the corner of the box, but even if I had tried to land on top of the box, it would have killed me. Just because this game is programmed a little weird. But it can sometimes be alright. I've had it where sometimes multiple coins have spawned in. That's rough. Those cats, dude, they'll get you every time. But yeah, I've had it where like multiple coins will spawn in the same place, so you get double the coins, which is really nice. That hardly ever happens though, so it's not like viable for a run or anything. But it is useful if it does happen. But yeah, a lot of weird things happen like that. It was a lot worse when the game first came out, but it's gotten a lot better. So there are much fewer oddities that go on. Yeah, so right there, I took the death from the chickens, because if I jumped, I would have got hit by the crow, so there was... Sometimes you just have to roll with the punches, I guess. And there are a lot of punches, so gotta go with it. But alright, so we're about 75% of the way done. Which is pretty good. We're at 35 minutes, so I'm behind like 200 points, I guess. Let's go. Oh man. Rough. This game is brutal. But yeah, so that's not too bad. 2 minutes behind. I was about a minute behind in my PB. So I just can't really complain. This game's just so hard and you don't really know what's going on. You just rough. Sometimes you can avoid those chickens if you jump. That'll give you enough time that they'll run past and you can get the banana. But when you jump onto a banana from a ledge, it makes you fly up like way higher, and so then you have less control, kind of, and you'll usually end up missing a few coins, which can be really annoying. So it's, yeah, for stuff like 10k runs, there's just a lot of run enders. You pretty much you reset automatically if your first ledge has a box instead of something that will get you up to that ledge. Then you have to restart. You die a lot because you have to be a lot riskier. So when you only have like 40 seconds to do everything you need to do, it's not enough time to waste, I guess. So if you spend any time on the ground at all, then your run's pretty much over. You just have to restart. Which, don't kill me. I did alright. Rip those cats, dude. Those cats are awful. But yeah, so even though it's hard, it's still fun, I think. I don't know. I'll probably, as far as this game goes, I'll come back if someone beats my All Costumes world record. And then when I get the 10k world record, I'll probably be done with this game. It's just it's a lot of effort to run, and those 10ks really, you can be at it for like 4 hours and not have a good run, or you can just practice for like 12 minutes and you'll have like 2 good runs. But yeah, if and when I get that world record, I'm gonna stop doing that. I don't think I'll ever go back to 10k because I don't see the point. It's just so much work and it's so random that it's like, I don't really want to keep doing this. But All Costumes is still pretty fun, so if anyone ever beat that, I'd probably go back and do it. But yeah, if you see there, I hit 2 bananas at the same time, and that doubles your jump. Ooh, that's not enough. Oh no. Which can be good and bad. Rip. Because sometimes you'll be at a lower base and you can't really do anything. But if you have those 2 bananas, then that can send you up high enough that you can get to one of these top ledges. Yikes. But yeah, so sometimes it's alright, but then there are other times where there are 2 bananas and you'll be going down here, and if you fall off a ledge onto 2 bananas, then it's going to send you up so high that you're going to miss like 4 coins, which is something you don't want to do. Man. And if you saw there, I was by the time I was done out of my banana rolling, the bird hadn't reached me yet, so it killed me, which is super cool because you can't do anything about that. You just have to take the death. So, a little trolling. You just gotta roll with it, you know? Alright, less than 1,000 coins to go. And then we can... that was rough. Just hit the chickens, don't get any coins. Yeah, once we get those thousands, then we do a quick little shopping spree, and then that'll be it. So yeah, we're coming up close. There's about 10 minutes left, so long as I don't screw up too bad, which I shouldn't. I don't think I will, because I'm still only 2 minutes behind, so that's not terrible. And I just got a hotel, which is awesome. Rough. Oh, I shouldn't have jumped there. Maybe I am terrible. But yeah, we're doing okay. Ooh, nice. Rip, didn't get that panty. Yeah. Sometimes if you collect a penny as you hit a banana, sometimes it doesn't register the penny. You still get like the coin and the points and stuff, but it doesn't replenish your health, which can be pretty annoying, especially when you're running like really low on health. Because you can still survive without health, because it's just a rip. The time that it takes you to freeze and stuff, like it's not that long, but if you just like if you hit a chicken or if you hit some pigeons or whatever, then you can pretty sure that you're about to die, because there's not much else you can do, really, which is super cool. But yeah, so we'll see how well the sequel does. I'm pretty excited to see what other runners we get. We don't have too many right now, but I'm sure it'll grow a little bit. It's a little harder to run, because in this game you have that. That's gonna kill me. You have these 4 seconds right here, or you just have like dead air, like there's nothing going on. You can just relax or whatever. That's so stupid. But in the sequel, there's like 15 seconds of dead air, which really starts to add up when you're going through. The All Costumes is a lot faster, because you only need 3,900 coins, so you can finish it. My world record right now is like 38:07 or something, so you can finish it pretty quick. Rip, that was in a dead zone. But yeah, so you can finish that pretty quick, but it's kind of annoying when you're doing 10k runs, because then you're just redoing that 15 seconds over and over, and there's nothing you can do, and it can be a little tedious and a little boring. But rip, that was terrible. But yeah, so it's fun. I do like the sequel. I'm not sure I like it more, primarily because of that 15-second reason, but there's a lot of good stuff to it. It has more costumes, but I think the costumes in this game are a little bit better, so it's hard to say. Although that one has HD graphics, this game is rip, I thought I could make it. This game is very much not HD. It's I don't know. It's an indie developer made it, so I can't hold too much against him. But yeah, the second one definitely looks a lot better. Alright, so we only have about 500 coins to go. So we're coming up pretty close to the end. And then we'll see what my final time is. I wasn't gonna risk that. I totally could have jumped over it, but I was scared that crow was gonna get me. Ooh, that was nice. That chicken just disappeared. Sometimes the game can get a little weird, again with random generated stuff. Every once in a while things will disappear. I've had like coins and stuff disappear, which is awesome. And I've had platforms disappear and stuff, but sometimes good stuff happens, like the chickens will disappear, or the I've had it where the pigeons just never come to get me, which is really nice because the pigeons are the worst. But yeah, so there's still some odd things that can happen, but sometimes they're for the better, which is always nice to have, because there's not much in this game that works towards you winning, I guess. Everything's there against you. Rip. Those crows, man. They're the worst. We're getting there. But yeah, I think my least favorite part about all costumes is that you don't actually get to wear any costumes. You start out with those with sunglasses, but that's it. And I don't think it's a very good costume. The sunglasses are a little too small for my taste. They look a little funny, but there's some cool costumes. Like you can like be a box and stuff, and you can't do that in the all costumes run, which is a little bummed, but you can do them in 10Ks. So it's fun, and it's good to switch off between the two if you're doing a bunch of 10Ks in a row. You can do them for like, well, I can do them for like a few hours before I get really tired and then I have to do something else. But then all the costumes is a good break from that, so it's not too bad. You just have to be ready and willing to play the game, which is a little tough sometimes. But I guess that's the same for like any speedrun you do. I know the game I mostly invest my time with is Dead Island, and even then it's like I can only play it for so long before it's like I can't play this game anymore. I'm so tired. But this is a fun one to go to, and since some of the runs are so short, I'll do like 1 or 2 before I leave for class. Rip. And then I can just come back to it later and play it for 5 minutes and then leave, and then play it for 5 minutes and do whatever. So it's pretty good. It's certainly a different type of run. Yeah, when you're doing like those really long runs, like Dead Island takes man, that crow, rough. Dead Island is like a 2.5 hour run, and so to be able to just go to something that will take 5 minutes and you can get out, 4 or 5 runs. That was pretty bad. It's kind of nice. I like it a lot. Alright, well we're already past world record, so no world record today. But we're very close to being done. So by the time I finish buying the last costume, that'll be time. And I'll go and I'll start buying in 100 coins. So when I reach 4,600, then I'll go to the shop. Rough. There's not much you could do there. If I didn't jump, I would have hit the banana, and those bananas automatically put you onto that bounce pad, and that would have sent me into the pigeons anyways. So it's stuff like that where you just have to be like alright with dying, I guess. I don't know. The RNG just isn't in your favor. You have to roll with it. There's not much you can do. But alright, so only 40 more coins. So we're coming right up close. That's rough. I put the banana in just the right spot that I wouldn't hit it when I fell off that ledge. Alright. So when I hit 4,600, I'm gonna want to die. Cool. I thought I was gonna miss him for a sec. Did I hit start? Awesome. That's great. Cool. Alright, so now we just have to die as fast as possible. And then we'll actually hit costumes this time. And this is hard, because to unlock the costumes you have to click right and their time. You have to click right on those little gold blocks, which is pretty hard to do because they're pretty small. So I think that's not going to be under 50. Yeah, it was under 50. 49, 57. Alright, that was a pretty good run. Anything under 50 is generally pretty good, so awesome. Thanks, man. It's pretty good. Alright, well this was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, guys. It was a good run. Had a lot of fun.